How about some Bloody Marys, y'all?
Are you kidding me? The last thing I want to do is drink.
It'll help your hangover.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things only students do and think it's normal.
This is our dish. This is spaghetti. This is hot sauce, hot ketchup, egg spaghetti.
For this list, we're going over the behaviors and actions commonly undertaken by students that might be seen as unexpected or bizarre in other circumstances, or that are just considered normal when they're in school. If there's some strange student conduct that strangely didn't make our list, help us normalize in the comments. Number 10. Book it to the cafeteria when they're serving good food. School lunches can be a mixed bag. The quality is rarely 5-star, or even 1-star.
Shredded newspapers add much-needed roughage and essential inks. Besides, you didn't notice the old gym mats.
There's very little meat in these gym mats.
While standards have improved of late, all too often school lunchrooms and cafeterias will serve things that can generously be called mush.
Minnesota teenager Marin Holler posted photos showing her lunch tray, a handful of baby carrots, a small container of marinara sauce, and a hot dog without the hot dog, just cheese.
But on infrequent occasions, cafeterias will serve things that are hard to get wrong, like chicken nuggets or pizza. So on the days these appetizing junk foods are served, kids will treat the lunch bell as the starting bell in a race. Supplies don't always last, and being left with the same old slop when everyone else is eating pizza? Well, that doesn't feel great.
Again? Outrageous. At least apologize. How can you just stand there like a mute idiot?
Number 9. Ask permission to use the restroom. For most adults, the most input someone has over whether we get to use the restroom is a polite acknowledgement when we ask to be excused.
Excuse me, Ron. I need to use the bathroom. I think it's the pate.
Sure, it's over there.
Thanks.
Bladders wait for no one, except that, mind-bogglingly, many of us, both current and former students, have allowed our teachers to dictate if we're allowed to use the facilities at some point in our lives.
She says his first grade teacher sent this note home with students at C.C. Rono Elementary School last week. It asks parents to encourage bladder endurance, so kids only have to use the restroom once or twice in a school day.
We're sure more than one accident has occurred because of this, but students everywhere often accept teachers' authority at face value.
You falling in love with the wall or something?
I had an accident.
You had an accident? What does that mean?
Go!
If you gotta go, a teacher telling you to hold it is not gonna make much of a difference, except maybe to cause you discomfort and potential embarrassment. Oh wait, we're wrong. There's another group who think this is normal too. Prisoners. Number 8. Pay an absurd amount of money for textbooks. To be clear, many college students do not think paying an arm and a leg for textbooks or tuition is normal.
Look at this one. Stolen textbooks are the best kind.
They just don't have any choice in the matter. For the last several decades, the price of textbooks has skyrocketed to the hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars.
$100 billion. Gentlemen, silence.
With so few textbook makers and students basically being forced to buy specific ones for class, publishers can essentially price gouge as much as they want. Maybe that's where the oil industry got the idea. With many fields of study constantly changing, buying used books is often not an option. What should be a relatively minor expense is just one more thing students are forced to go into debt over.
You have $200,000 in student loan debt? Huh. I mean, the interest on that alone must be more than you make here.
Number 7. Run a mile during the day. While some fitness enthusiasts are up for running a mile, most adults aren't nearly so physically fit. Which is why it's so astonishing that so many of us didn't think it was weird that we could just run a mile in 5 minutes or so, take a drink from the water fountain, and then go off to our next class.
But I do see here that neither of you have completed this semester's mile run.
We were at a debate tournament.
Imagine your boss telling you to stop work, put on shorts, and run a mile around your building or they'll cut your pay. That's essentially what students have to do for their physical education classes.
Oh yes, I will work out today. I will work out a way to avoid running for a stupid cause.
Number 6. Wear pajamas in public. While it may be a trend among the famous and among shoppers at Walmart, wearing sleep clothes in public is still generally seen as weird by most people.
Hey, are you athlete?
No, I just like wearing clothes that feel like pajamas.
That's most of what being an athlete is.
but students are not most people. Whether you're a kid or teen wearing them just because, or a university student who cannot be bothered after a long night, students just don't adhere to this unwritten rule of fashion. They live it. Not that we're judging other people's fashion sense, mind you. Wear whatever's comfortable for you. But society still has a stigma attached to wearing soft, comfortable nightwear or loungewear when you're out and about.
Jamarcus got all the friends, and Raymond got all the confidence to go shopping in his pajamas.
You guys having a party?
No, party? No, not a party.
Number 5, eat weird food combos. We've already touched on cafeteria lunches.
What's for lunch tomorrow?
Next.
Chicken necks.
Nutritional requirements certainly lead to some odd meals, but in college, students often have to start planning their own meals for the first time. And the results can be, shall we say, creative.
Some hot sauce, a quarter container of Parmesan cheese, some olives, some eggs, a second older bottle of ketchup, an avocado, some soup.
College kids frequently find themselves working on a shoestring budget, so buying in bulk is common. Instant ramen is a long-standing favorite, but whatever's in the fridge and pantry mixed together is also a tried-and-true delicacy.
This is what Walt and I lived on for 10 months straight while we were working on our thesis. Sold them down at Ralstos in the hardware aisle.
College cafeterias also tend to be more buffet style, so anything that looks good often goes on the tray, regardless of whether it pairs well together. Number 4, go a month without doing laundry. Doing laundry is a chore even for those of us who own machines.
Wearing a one-piece swimsuit instead of underwear. I have to do laundry.
So, given the difficulties many college students face when doing theirs, it's somewhat understandable why they don't always do theirs regularly. Some schools charge money for laundry, and students aren't exactly made of money. Their fellow laundry doers aren't always considerate either. It's discouraging when your clothes are taken out of the machine before you get back to collect them or change to the dryer.
Oh, excuse me. I was kind of using that machine.
Yeah, well, now you're kind of not.
Even so, that doesn't make going for weeks or months at a time without washing your clothes any less unsanitary.
I haven't done laundry in 5 months. I'm not wearing underwear, I'm just wearing a big sock right now.
Number 3, shove papers willy-nilly into backpacks. The bell rings, and hopefully your teacher lets you go quickly.
Okay, class dismissed. Rock on!
You have somewhere to be, so you just stick your papers and junk into your school bag. Or maybe you don't have any folders or binders to put them in. Granted, not everyone can afford school supplies. This might be okay for students, but in a professional environment, this kind of behavior is unthinkable. Crumpling up documents or memos that other people need to see is not gonna cut it. While some of us still handle our own papers like this, please don't take a look at our desks. When it comes to work, this is a habit that students everywhere should probably break. Number 2, party until morning and then go to class. Many teenaged and young adult students seem to like a good party. They also sometimes don't know the meaning of the word restraint. This means that parties can often last all night and into the morning. Next thing you know, you're looking at the clock, it's 6 a.m. and you've got a class in a few hours. Plenty of adults have to work when they're tired or hungover, but without any sleep as well, the older you get, the less forgiving our bodies become of wearing them out.
I've never been this hungover. Are we dead?
I feel great. I ran 5K this morning.
Really?
No, I threw up in the shower.
So, while you may be able to pull this off consistently as a student, it becomes less and less normal once you get older.
I can't stop barfing.
Just don't say barf. I caught a whiff of hairspray and went full into Blair in the girls' bathroom.
Or desirable. Jobs are less forgiving than teachers. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Skip class to study for another class. Skipping class is all too common among students.
Is this about me skipping class again? It's weird how obsessed you are with that.
There are many reasons why, although it's often in the name of something more fun to do. However, more academically minded students may do so for a surprising reason: studying for a different class. We can see why it might happen. For example, if you're doing well in one course but not in another, you might ditch the one you're ahead in to study up for a test in the one you're in danger of failing.
Why didn't you do the extra credit assignments if you knew that you were failing?
Because doing more than the minimum work is my definition of failing.
But later in life, skipping out on work to do other work feels significantly less normal. And a good way to get fired if you're not using a sick day or vacation time.
Can't let Dad see me playing hooky.
I can't let the boys see me skipping work.
Good afternoon.
How do you do, sir?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.